not going to say I can't wait. I'm not stupid
Just
like those guys. But okay. I'll go on every show I can to talk about Self-Cutting Girl. It's up to you. I have all the tapes. You want me to embarrass you? And then I'll sue you for defamation.
So John's trying to do everything he can to deter Anthony, who's, but by the way, that's not Anthony, trying to deter Anthony from suing him because he's very afraid of this. So he's like, oh yeah, well then I'll go on shows and say the stuff that people say about you and all the shows people say about you and all the shows over and over
Well, no,
again.
I'll go on shows and say the stuff you're suing me over.
Perhaps the crowning jewel of such scandals were the events surrounding a certain Twitter user by the name of Self-Cutting Girl. The user presented itself as the account of a 14 to 15-year-old girl named Alyssa, who would tweet about the Opie and Anthony show. Alyssa was apparently quite well known during the period of time from 2012 to 2013, well enough that the account corresponded with many members of the show and staff. Eventually, it was discovered that Self-Cutting Girl was in fact a middle-aged man. After this information came to light, Anthony brought the Self-Cutting Girl situation up on air.
Wow. Well, we got some Obama talking, and we have the North Dakota news anchor. Everyone's talking about this dummy today.
Oh, did you see the catfish from the fan of the show? That Self-Cutter Girl?
No.
That you were talking about? 39-year-old guy from fucking from
Wait, what are you talking
Michigan.
about? What?
Or from Georgia.
Self-Cutting Girl?
Remember that girl? She was supposed to be some 15-year-old that was really smart and clever and online. I think you said you quoted.
I've retweeted her on Twitter.
Yeah.
I blocked that fucking guy. I knew that was a guy.
Oh, I don't know. I just retweeted some shit that I thought was cool. That's all.
It was a dude.
Yeah, of course. I had no doubt that was a dude.
Hilarious.
How'd you find out?
Because I guess another guy on Twitter sent an investigator thing. I think that the guy was going to have some kind of let this girl help him at some kind of a trade show thing.
Right, it was a business related thing.
Yeah, so in that fact, I guess he decided, well, I better check out who this is and if there's any issues
kind of
beforehand.
eBay transaction where some names.
Right. So it's like,
so he's like, wait,
I better
before I get into business.
Yeah.
No.
That's the story I was told.
Nah, there's.
Do you think
there's a different story there.
Do you think the guy was trying to fuck her and she was supposed to be underage? Because I didn't remember thinking she was 15. I remember thinking she was like a 19 or 20-year-old.
She never
chick.
sounded like a 15-year-old. No way.
Yeah.
It's fucking weird.
Yeah, man.
Like, it's one thing to pop on and fuck with people and troll and things like that, but if you spend over a year building a whole nother life of a teen girl, that's fucking weird, man.
And it's like, it's not just like flirting with people, but also making platonic friends and business relationships.
Friends with girls, letting them like fucking unload their problems on you, talking about your like girly problems. It just was weird. What the fuck? There's some fucked up people out there.
Yeah.
For nearly a year, the story of Self-Cutting Girl went more or less cold, until it resurfaced in a truly bizarre way. In April 2014, a whack-bag user by the name of Big Giant Head, who I will refer to mostly as BGH going forward, posted a lengthy reply to the original thread about Self-Cutting Girl. In his reply, Big Giant Head explained what led him to take on the role of a teenage girl and catfish a radio host, a hunter, and others. The roleplay was a way for the man to escape his crumbling personal life, being laid off, going through a divorce, and having his house foreclosed on. He created a Twitter account named Paramore Cunt, which you will recognize from Melissa Stetton's blog post as the young girl Anthony was following on Twitter. In agreement with Stetton's story, Big Giant Head claimed he received an unsolicited MacBook from Anthony, as well as an iPad from another individual. At some point, the Paramore Cunt account was suspended by Twitter. To continue role-playing as Alyssa, BGH made another account named Self-Cutting Girl, which is where the story starts getting really weird. Not only did Anthony retweet the Self-Cutting Girl account, but allegedly started direct messaging and texting Alyssa. A possible example of this might be seen in a tweet from user T444E of what appears to be a direct message, likely aimed at Self-Cutting Girl but sent an error to T444E. Quote, I'm not quite obsessed with you, but I'm close. Haha. Actually, I'd love to go out to dinner with you, talk about stuff, and maybe kiss you. Winky face. Unquote. The idea seems even more plausible when you read the next tweet saying T444E made the banned list of a wealthy radio host. Over a year and a half, the LARPing session grew to include another teenage girl who was also corresponding with Anthony. The account in question appears to be Shelby's Tweets, which may also be one of the real girls Anthony claims Self-Cutting Girl was talking to. Whether Shelby's Tweets was a real teenage girl or another catfish remains uncertain. According to BGH, he was also able to catfish another individual he referred to as the Hunter, who direct messaged Self-Cutting Girl as well, eventually asking her to sell things on eBay. BGH gave the Hunter his address and started to receive toys to resell, as well as gifts that were intended for Alyssa. BGH also claimed the Hunter was the most creepy and overtly sexual of the people he communicated with. When the Hunter wanted to meet Alyssa in person, BGH cut communication. However, the Hunter wanted to pay Alyssa for her part in the eBay business, and that is where the charade fell apart. Like an idiot, Big Giant Head gave the Hunter a PayPal account with his real name. The Hunter's friend then reverse image searched the pictures associated with Self-Cutting Girl and found the PhotoBucket account of a real girl from which the pictures had been stolen. For some time, fans speculated about the identity of the Hunter, and the main suspect was Anthony's friend and producer, Keith the Cop Maresca. This led Anthony to step forward and say the Hunter was actually the host of the show The Toy Hunter. This comment is far more crucial to the story than most people realize. Over the years, many fans have doubted the validity of Big Giant Head's post, but Anthony's response confirms it to be true. The host of the Toy Hunter show mentioned by Anthony appears to be a man named Jordan Hembrough, who hosted a show on the Travel Channel literally called The Toy Hunter. Hembrough also had an extensive Twitter correspondence with Self-Cutting Girl. Some of the tweets indicate that Hembrough was looking to hire Alyssa as part of his toy-selling business. Further evidence confirming the theory that Hembrough was the Hunter can be seen in this Twitter thread, where the aforementioned Shelby's Tweets credits him for exposing Self-Cutting Girl, and Hembrough says that he did his homework, which lines up with both Big Giant Head's claims and Anthony's on-air explanation that the man who exposed Self-Cutting Girl was looking to hire Alyssa for a business venture and discovered she was really a 40-year-old man. This is where we double back to Anthony. Like any innocent person would do, he wiped his Twitter clean of references to Self-Cutting Girl. Unfortunately for Tony, there are enough breadcrumbs left over to piece together a fair amount of the story. Such as this tweet where Anthony insinuates that he will fly a 15-year-old girl out to his Long Island McMansion.
That's fucking illegal.
The other girl mentioned in this tweet, Apology Girl 21, is an interesting case in her own right. From what I can tell, she was the 17-year-old girl that Anthony took to his high school reunion. She is also the daughter of Jim Kennedy, who at one point served as Deputy Assistant to the President, among other positions, during the Bill Clinton administration. He is now the Executive Vice President and Chief Communications Officer for News Corp. Anthony claims he didn't have sex with Apology Girl until she was 17, but some fans claim he was communicating with her on Paltalk and Twitter for some time before they started dating. Based on the fact that she is mentioned in tweets alongside Self-Cutting Girl, it's probable that she was another one of the real girls Anthony brought up before. In the following years, Anthony would give varying accounts of his involvement with Self-Cutting Girl, at one point even claiming she was his niece. At first, he denied ever being catfished, but Redditors presented evidence showing he had retweeted Self-Cutting Girl's Amazon wishlist. Note the jab he took at Melissa Stetton in the process. Predictably, when this information was provided, Anthony then tried to delete his denial. Eventually, Anthony decided it would be better to acknowledge that he had been catfished, but portray himself as the victim instead of a ghoul who was caught trying to groom a person he thought was a child. By his account, he was an altruistic man, delivering MacBooks to the needy, as long as they were cute and between the ages of 8 and 80. He also has zero record of bedding underage girls, which is an oddly technical way of phrasing that, now that I think about it. Most people would just say they've never had sex with anyone who was underage. Scratch that. Most people don't have to regularly defend themselves against accusations of pedophilia. Most people don't make jailbait a cornerstone of their personality. Most people don't text teenage girls or visit their Amazon wishlist. But therein lies the problem. Anthony may be completely innocent, but he looks guilty. By itself, a 50-year-old man talking to 15-year-old girls is suspicious. He only made himself look even worse by changing his story multiple times, and then trying to delete the evidence of his actions.